At some stage in our riding careers, we've all probably hopped on one of these. If it's not the TT-R, it's probably the PW50 Yamaha. But today we have the TT-R50 Yamaha with us, and the reason this is so synonymous with most dirt bike riders is it's really the first dirt bike you'll ride with gears. Now, it has no clutch, but it does have a 3-speed gearbox as opposed to the Yamaha PW50, which is an auto with just a single gear. So we thought, amidst an age of electric kids dirt bikes coming out everywhere, and they have their place and they're awesome as well, we thought we'd grab the Yamaha TT-R50 and do a test on it to see if our young testers could really find a place for the old school petrol geared TT-R50. So we're going to run through with you guys what's new on the Yamaha TT-R50, and I can tell you right now it's not a lot, but why change something that isn't broken. And we're going to tell you the spec of the bike, kind of based off the dimensions who it would suit, and then we're going to put our young tester Jaxon on it, and he's going to have a run on it and tell us what he thinks of the bike, and then yeah, we're going to come back to you with how the TT-R50 fares in a world of electric kids dirt bikes that are coming in and taking over. Okay, so the 2026 Yamaha TT-R50E runs an air-cooled 49cc 4-stroke single overhead cam 2-valve engine with a 9.5:1 compression ratio. The motor is paired with a 3-speed constant mesh gearbox and an automatic clutch, so there's no need for a hand lever. You can just shift the gears and off you go. Electric start comes standard, and for safety it can only be started with the ignition key inserted, so if your little ones don't have the key, they can't run into the garage, kick the thing, or I should say push the thing on the button into life and take off. The frame is a steel tube backbone design with telescopic front forks offering 96mm of travel and a rear swing arm delivering 71mm. Now, it's not your conventional rear end, it doesn't have a shock and spring like your standard system, but yeah, it is a interesting kind of telelever looking system, I guess. Ground clearance sits at 135mm, and braking is handled by drum brakes front and rear. Now, these are some old school brake systems, but in the past they've worked pretty well, so I guess why change it if it ain't broke. The TT-R50E rolls on a 10-inch set of tyres as well. Dimensions are compact at 1305mm long and 595 wide and 795 high, with a low 555mm seat height to suit new riders. The wheelbase measures 925mm, it's got a wet weight of just 57 kilograms, and the fuel capacity is 3.1 litres. It uses CDI ignition, chain final drive, and Yamaha's reliable wet sump lubrication system. So guys, it's simple, durable, and like all Yamahas, it's built to last. So we're going to put this to good test with our young guy, Jaxon. He's pretty good at destroying things, so we'll see if he can destroy it, which I doubt he will, and we're going to see how he goes changing gears and also just how he feels about this bike. Alright guys, we're finished with our testing today. Jaxon has been absolutely loving the little Yamaha TT-R50, and so we're going to try and extract what information we can out of him to see what it's like to ride. Jax, as I said earlier, is 6 years old. He weighs about 20 something kilos, and he's 130 centimeters, 125 centimeters tall, so the bike kind of suits him quite well. So Jax, what did you like most about the Yamaha TT-R50? Now, Jax has got lots of electric bikes. He's ridden PW50s, YCF 50s, CRF 50s. What was your favourite thing about this TT-R50?
That, like my YCF, it doesn't like make my hands like jerky, like it's not jerky on the handlebars, because my YCF is really much like that.
Okay, so it's not jerky. Did you find the motor was pretty good? Did you find the motor went fast?
Yes, really fast.
And did you like changing gears?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to talk later about the gearing. It's going to be on a separate video as to how kids go from a single speed up to a geared bike. And what about getting up steep hills with this bike? Because it had gears, what did you do when you needed to go up steep hills?
Change down into first gear.
And did it get up fine in first gear?
Yep.
Did you ever find that like you went to take off and it wouldn't get up the hill because it just didn't have enough power or torque, or was it okay?
It was okay.
Yeah, we noticed that every time he went into first gear he was fine getting up hills, which is pretty helpful because a lot of, say, the Yamaha PW50, they have that clutch spool up at the start, which sometimes struggles when you don't have run up to get up hills. What about the suspension? You came flying down some of these hills, like the one down into paddock number too, and coming down the big long driveway with all the bumps in it.
Yeah.
Did you ever feel like it bumped and then you were going to crash because the bike bounced around too much?
No.
No, I didn't think so either. So Jax had a big crash a long time ago on a PW50 because of the dual shock setup. But this kind of funny telelever system on the TT-R, which doesn't actually have a shock or a spring, is actually pretty good. So he could come flying down that driveway hill and you hit all those rolling bumps and you stayed pretty stable.
Yep.
And what about starting the bike?
It was pretty easy.
Yeah, so you figured out to turn the key on and hit the button. You sometimes had to use a little bit of throttle.
Yeah. Well, like when I just started the ride, I didn't need to use the throttle, but when, like right now, I do need to use the throttle.
Okay. And how about like picking it up? You had a crash yesterday. When we came around the corner, we found you on the ground, and you were you'd already picked the bike up. Is the bike hard or heavy to pick up for your age?
Kind of easy.
Kind of easy, yeah. You picked it up all by yourself, and you can get your feet on the ground fine, can't you? When you want to stop. And how did you go working out the braking system? So the brakes on the pedal on the right foot. This is kind of not the first time you used the back brake on the right foot, but one of the first. Was it okay to learn?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you get used to using that back brake?
Yeah.
And you never found the throttle too jerky?
Nope.
No, it was pretty linear as well. Anything else that you can think of with the bike that you liked or that you didn't like?
Well, I did like that. I never had to use the choke.
Yeah, you rarely had to use it, so that's pretty good. Apart from that, guys, it's really been an excellent step up for Jax going from a single-speed 50 onto a geared bike. To his size and weight, it's been perfect. Everyone knows these air-cooled engines are super reliable. The power in it is actually excellent. It's nice and linear, and Jax actually was pretty quick on learning the gears. But like I said, we're going to have a separate video on learning how to use the gears. The suspension was safe, and it kind of absorbed everything pretty well without bucking him like sometimes some of the smaller PW50s have done in the past, or deflecting or doing anything crazy. So yeah, it's been excellent. Jax has had lots of fun and it's taught him how to use the gears. So we're going to do a separate video on that. Stay tuned for the gearing video.